Hi, Jess.
So, hi everyone, I'm Jess. I'm one of the neuro-oncology nurse here at King's Hospital.
Hi, Jess.
Hey.
This is Adele Williams, and I'm Martin Williams.
Perfect. Thank you so much for both your time in agreeing to do a YouTube video for us and raising awareness for brain tumour. If we can just kind of get a bit of background about your journeys and the synopsis of what's happened.
Okay, I'm going to go through that, and because our memories are a little bit iffy on some of this stuff, I've written down some notes, and Adele's got some notes in front of her for when she answers her section of it. So I'm just going to take you through, hopefully, an uninterrupted synopsis here.
You'll be lucky.
We'll see how we get on. You never know.
That'll be a first.
Right. Here is a short synopsis of our situation. In July 2017, following some funny turns and strange feelings, Adele was diagnosed with 2 brain tumours, one benign and the other stage 4 glioblastoma. We decided to go to A&E at St Thomas's Hospital as our son Daniel was an inpatient there at the time. After 2 days of in-depth investigations, Adele was transferred to King's College Hospital for brain surgery under Professor Ashkan. The 5-hour-plus surgery removed both tumours along with her short-term memory. More of that later. After recovery, Adele was referred back to Guy's Cancer Centre, where she had standard treatment and radio and chemotherapy.
Gold standard.
Started second-line chemo, only to be able to tolerate 2 cycles, but her bloods could not take the treatment, so it was stopped. Elapsed time approximately 9 months. There was continued visible signs of tumour growth, and we were put in touch with the hospice, not the best of times. Having previously looked into many alternative treatments and therapies, we decided to try Sativax, which is basically medical cannabis. It was my understanding that Sativax had been reviewed under a trial with patients with the same diagnosis. Sativax is prescribed and sourced privately. This includes medical advice together with a dosing regime. We ramped up quickly, as per instructions, to the maximum allowed per day, as we wanted to hit it hard up front. Over time, the MRIs showed slight tumour reduction. Now, nearly 4.5 years later, the 3 monthly checkups and MRI and consultations shows tumour no longer visible to the human eye, which is great, and now Adele is considered to be in remission. Adele is currently on low-dose Sativax together with steroids. Our quality of life is almost normal, with the only real downside being her total lack of short-term memory, as it's in a pickle jar at King's. For instance,
Jess, could I have it back?
For instance, since 2018, we have been on 6 COVID legal vacations, and we're leaving for Fuerteventura again on this Saturday. We've also had a cruise line up for June, plus trips in our old vintage caravan. So life is pretty good, really. Just to finish this intro, both Adele and I would like to thank the NHS teams, especially the Guy's cancer specialists.
Oh, they're so nice.
Who, with great kindness, have looked after and supported us so brilliantly.
Everybody there is so kind. I can't tell you.
Okay, Jess, over to you.
I think, you know, what a journey you've had since the diagnosis, since the symptoms that's prompted your surgery, and then oncology treatment, and then thereafter of the MRI scans and, you know, the Sativax that you're taking. Looking back, how did you find the initial treatment of having radiotherapy and chemotherapy? Were there any side effects you found particularly hard?
It wasn't my finest hour. I didn't like it, but I'm not stupid. This is my only route out of here. So bring it on. Drink lots of water.
Yeah.
And yes, in a way, I'm very fortunate that my son Daniel, at a year old, was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, a childhood cancer and he had to go through a very aggressive protocol to have any chance, and he did, and he amazed everybody, and he just did it.
Yeah.
And he was a total inspiration. You know what it's like
Yeah.
when it's somebody really care about, you want to do it for them.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
of course, there's no point giving me chemotherapy for him because it won't work. So I've got all that knowledge and his inspiration. And I promised him that nothing was going to happen to me. And I promised my other son, Alistair, that, yeah, and I've told the girls at the hospice they might want to look for another job, because I'm here till at least 90, right? That's all, 90 fabulous. So it wasn't nice,
Yeah.
but I know you can get through it.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you're positive, don't let any negative thoughts in at all. You must be completely positive, mind over matter, and you will get there. And I know that's sure, and that's my mentality, and it's working. I'm in remission.
And I think that's what's always been so striking. Yeah, that's what's
never gonna happen. I'm in remission.
Right, just
that's what's always been so striking when we've seen you in consultation, your positive attitude, you know, through all of this. And you know, when you had radiotherapy and chemotherapy, how did you find taking chemotherapy?
Didn't like it. And I did seriously think, do you want to do this? Can you do this? No question, I've got to do this.
Yeah.
So I just drink a lot of water.
You felt sick as well, didn't you?
Oh yeah, and the sickness, you have to take the tablets before you feel sick and before you are sick. There's no point afterwards or halfway through.
Good top tip there, definitely.
But look, it's doable.
Yeah.
It's not the best. It's doable and it's worth it. And you're worth it.
You are.
Just do it.
Okay.
You know,
right?
you're a long way out of your treatment now. If you know, looking back, is there anything you wish you knew back then that you knew now in terms of any support?
I wish I knew I was going to go in remission. Nobody promised that. And here I am, and here I'm going to stay.
And did you feel that there was any information you knew you wish you had been given, or any support given at all?
No. I do yoga, and my yoga teacher was very kind. When we knew I was going to have to go to the radiotherapy, and you know, you have to wear the mask and everything, and I knew that might be a bit of a problem. And she came, and we did a sort of like bit of a trial run, and she set me up with little things that I could hang on to and that would help me through. And yeah, she was great. And my yoga is great. I've kept that up. I've gone back to it now. I'm doing it 3 times a week. It is nearly killing me, I have to tell you. It's not easy. Easy, but it's got to be done, because that's the reason I got through the initial stages of my operation and my recovery, was because I was so fit from the yoga, I think. So I have to get back to that fitness.
Can I just add to that? I think one of the support issues we found really strong is when we asked questions, we got honest answers. We from the whole team, we had some obviously we had some difficult questions to ask, but we were told the truth, so we didn't feel as if we were being hoodwinked.
Yeah.
And that gave us a lot of confidence in the direction of travel, even when it was going dark. It was, we still knew what we were going through. So to answer your questions, anything there, it's really not much, but the honest answers really helped us greatly.
I think it's so important, yeah.
And I have to shout out to the Lupins. The girls on the Lupins were so kind and supportive. You know, if I had a bit of a wobble, they understood and they took me out of it. And I got that, and I wouldn't have got through that without them.
I think that's so important, definitely. You know, hearing that is so important. You've had the support as well. You know, you've got lovely Martin there as well. And when you're talking about
is exceptional, as all my friends say. Yeah, but
keep going.
You've got Martin.
And you know,
that's all you need.
Doing the yoga as well.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Doing the yoga was something for yourself as well, to kind of focus off away from everything you was dealing with externally as well.
The yoga helps with the mind games.
Yeah.
You can control your mind and your thinking. And when you're actually doing the yoga, you really have to think, otherwise you're going to do yourself an injury. So it takes your mind away from all your everyday worries, and you know, it just teaches you.
It's a good recommendation, really, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
How to relax.
Exactly, definitely.
I'm very good at relaxing on the month.
Yes, it is. Apart from at the moment, you were a bit twitchy, but never mind.
Yeah, I do apologise. I'm a bit ditzy. I can't blame the setbacks. But and also, I find a cup of coffee is a very good solution to everything.
I'm a tea person myself.
A bad day or a bad 10 minutes, have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Cheers.
How do you find, since everything you've gone through, how your quality of life is now?
Oh, my quality of life has been fabulous, and it still is. I'm thoroughly enjoying. I also have to admit, I have the best friends. They're not just all right, they are the best, very best friends. That is fabulous. I've got a lovely family. They're all fabulous. And I think that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a lot of understanding.
We're still doing an awful lot that COVID didn't help.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the lockdown, and we were right in the middle of
trying.
At one stage, we didn't know how long we've got for basically it. So, you know, most people are facing the same issue. You don't know what the clock is. So you want to do as much as you can in a period of time. And then when they suddenly say, well, you can't go anywhere or you can't meet anybody. So what we did is we said to ourselves, we'll do it legally, we'll do it, but we won't necessarily follow 100% of the rules, but we'll make sure we're safe and we make sure other people are safe, because we just wanted to get there and do so. So for argument's sake, the holidays we took, we did take them legally. We actually drove down to Dover once and just made sure we could get on the ship and everything else like that. So we did make it that way, but we get out and about as much as we can.
Yeah.
We're very social. We do like a show, a bit of theatre. Phoebe, loved your last show. And
that's it, really. That's it. Life is good.
Yeah.
The only downside.
Our priority now is holidays. Right?
Yeah.
The only downside, I suppose, is Adele's short-term memory loss, which it plays a bit of havoc when you don't know that you've said something and then you say it again, or you may say something, or you may watch the TV program, not realise you've watched it and then watch it again. But that is it's a small price to pay
for being here. Yeah.
No, it's a small price, but that's about it.
I'm very understanding.
No, I'm not half the time.
As all my friends will tell you.
We've done that. Right. Go on, Jess.
Don't
So what for both, you know, both Adele and Martin, what support do you find was pivotal for both of you throughout, you know, from having surgery, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, and thereafterwards?
Martin, this is all down to Martin.
That's not true. I mean, the
That
nurse,
is
the
true.
nursing we get, the fact that I can phone yourself, Jess, and the team behind you, to be able to go up to guys as and when's necessary, and to oil the wheels of getting the MRIs done, etc. All that support, knowing it's there, you don't want to abuse it. You don't want to pick the phone up too often. But if I do get on the phone, the other end seem to recognise that, well, this guy doesn't ring up very often. There must be something that we need to deal with, and you get that support there. And then the other thing is, can I just read this one? Yes, it's support from the oncology team. And the other thing that was really helpful to us is we were able to reach out and find an alternative therapy that for Adele works.
When I came off the chemotherapy,
you know, I think most people
doing me any good in the end.
I suppose most people in this situation are out there looking at alternatives to everything else, and
Yeah.
some success and it works, some it doesn't.
Yeah.
In our case, what we found has worked obviously for Adele because that's all we've got, and we're carrying on down that route, and we are trying to support others in that process as well, to share our
thank Omar for taking me off my chemo, which wasn't working for me, and supporting us with the setbacks.
You can't
he's been brilliant.
be aware of it. We were aware that people don't get pushback.
And everyone who works at that cancer centre is so kind and supportive.
And the other thing, just to the question is, you know, what support has been pivotal. I went and bought a little sports car. And jumping in that and driving off, because obviously you get tensions at times.
That wasn't the only car. What cars have you bought?
Never mind.
You got?
Right, Jess, over to you.
It was so important you did something for yourself as well, Martin.
Well, that's
Definitely.
right. I mean, you do. I don't do yoga, so my brain does get fogged up a bit. So to jump into a car and be able to just take only for an hour or so and just come back and you're re-energized, you know?
Yeah.
That helps.
They do make him very happy. Good. You're both
right.
So looking back, are there, well, not looking back actually, so for any patients who have just been diagnosed with a glioblastoma, are there any tips or advice or words that you would share or advise at all?
I would say keep positive and just do it. Do exactly what they want you to do. And there will be times when you say, oh, I don't think I could do this. Find a way.
Yeah.
Find something. I didn't like that mask.
For radiotherapy.
For the radiotherapy. And then I thought, right, pretend this is the end. And that mask's going to come and give you another fortnight. Well, get that mask on.
I think
for me, it worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing Adele had written down here, she stayed relaxed and don't worry too much. It's what we found with Daniel. You could spend all your 3 days that you've got, for want of a better word, left worrying about stuff, but then you're ruining those days.
And it doesn't
help at all. Worrying. By all means, think it all through. Worry about it, and then put it in a box, put a lid on it, and forget it. You say, I've done that. Let's wait and see if it turns up.
Yeah.
So that's really important. And Adele said the pain, staying positive. The other thing is, don't give up, even when the situation doesn't look brilliant.
Never give up.
You will. Everybody will get up and down. It's a roller coaster. You will get positive days, and you'll get really quite dark days. You know, being told you've got to go to hospice is pretty dark. But don't give up. just keep looking for the upside, and there will, you know, not everybody gets a turnaround. That's fair dues, but you can get something out of your days, and that's the way to go.
I feel, you know, what you've both been through is such an inspiration. You have always been positive. You have never given up, Adele.
This is Daniel. This is my son, Daniel, has passed this to me.
You know, it's not easy.
Yeah.
But you've got to. It's a mind game. You've got to control your mind. It's the physical side is going to be what it's going to be, but the mind can take over and drive you in all manner of directions and contaminate what you've got left, for want of a better term.
And also, it doesn't matter how sick you are, it's not going to last a lifetime. Do you know? The next day, I'll tell you, we bought some detox foot pads. And when you've had a bout of sickness, you wear them overnight, and the next day you feel fantastic.
That works for Adele.
Yeah. Did you have that during treatment?
And also, I'm celiac, so I have to be gluten-free. Yeah. So occasionally I get caught out on that. And again, the detox foot pads overnight.
I mean,
miracle workers.
In summary, we're very, very pleased with the direction we've got to at the moment, the support we've had, and you know, life is going on at the moment.
Yeah, we are having a great time.
Going on holiday soon.
So the message could be: don't give up. There is a way out of it. Sometimes it's the basic way of putting it.
Yeah. You just got to knuckle down and take it. No fuss. Just do it. Well, that's the agenda, isn't it?
Thank you both so much for your time. It's so appreciated. And
I hope it's helping.
You're more than welcome. And anybody who ever needs
I'm just going to.
We're here for you.
I'm just going to add that you probably realise that Adele's been quite nervous going through this.
Yeah.
This, you know, the essence is all there.
Yeah, 100.
And we're really pleased to try and help and get a positive message out.
And we're so appreciative of that. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, Jess. All the very best.
Bye.
You're welcome. You're welcome.